viewers, I'm your usual girl, Aloe Brigade Anna, with Celebrity Connect from your usual channel, Upland TV. Together with my co-host today in the studio.
Alright, my name is Ken Rogers Josen, and thanks for joining us again. As usual, we always bring a lot of things for you. And basically, during the course of the week, we have trying to additionally work with a lot of artists and see how we can interject them and then bring them right away and live to you. So you need not to at least be elsewhere, but all what you can do, just keep it local with us. And there's a lot of things which is going to be at least transpiring right away to you. And don't hesitate, but hey, just get tuned and then tell your friends to alert their neighbors that we are always here to at least give you the best.
Today with us in the studio we have a politician, a musician, a CEO. Is just a full package. Today we have MC Benny.
Yeah, what's exclusive? Let me tell them, yeah. The pen air and the rap, you're not like what? The wind track tia terra, who you have a dog quack and a Zaiza, hero come a lot with blanket.
Alright, viewers, as we told you earlier on, that today we have MC Benny together with us in the building. So any other things we're going to at least listen right away from him. But we all know that COVID-19 came all the way around March this very year, and we have a lot of challenges. That's the music and art industry. And MC Benny happened to be an artist, and he has done a lot of things, by the way. But without wasting time, we shall be able to at least listen right away from him. Let's understand, by the way, we always hear about MC Benny and all those sort of names. What do you have to do with you, MC Benny, and in real life? Let's try to understand who MC Benny is, where do you come from, a lot of things which you always do.
Thank you so much, Rogers and Bridget, for hosting me today. As you heard, I'm by the name MC Benny, but my original name is Mwaka Benson. I'm a musician, I'm a creative artist, I'm a community activist, and today I'm also now aspiring also as a candidate for Pandong Division LC3 Chairperson 2021-2026.
So Benny,
yeah.
As a musician, what has inspired you to join politics? I remember seeing you sometime back, you had the dreads and everything, and I'm not seeing anything right now, so tell us more about that.
Yeah, one thing I would like to say that, you know, with music is about creativity, and someone who is creative is someone who can transform the community. And I wanted just not to use my creativity just for art or anything. I also want to bring change now to the community through my music and now leadership skill, because before that I've been running a lot of youth activities. I worked with human rights defenders, supporting young people to acquire justice and all that. I've been a creative person who has been training a lot of youth in the country on creative and social entrepreneurship. So I really wanted to bring that format of transforming lives into my community.
Okay, away from that, we talk about politics and you an artist, and we have understand about your project, that's Northern Uganda hip hop culture. Let's try to understand from you. Is there anything cooking up from Northern Uganda hip hop culture? And now that you're joining politics, are you going to cap down the two? Are you still going to be an artist and then at the same time a politician? Are you going to mix the music and then the politics?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that I'm dropping out music and just going to concentrate on my politics. No, I've been this person who is a multitask person in life. So I know if I have a lot of things to do, it gives me the energy to keep moving and keep going. So I know working with Northern Uganda hip hop culture has been like a very good experience for me, because an organization that was not funded by the government or like by donors or anything, but you know, you create within your society. And this is the thing that I feel like I cannot give back, I cannot lay back because of that, but I know I have to keep moving on, you know. And my politics has nothing to do with my music, and my music has nothing to do with my politics. Why? Because those are two things you have to keep doing as a young person, and I still have the energy, so why should I retire on one? You understand? One thing, like, if you're creative, you can do more than, you know. And one thing, like, if you're a politician and you have nothing to do, that's why people keep crying that you're eating their money, or you're not doing anything. But if I know that the money for the community is meant to do this, and I still have my art that can support my movement, then why should I not keep pushing.
No, but basically, I don't think you can mix music with politics because those are two different things right now.
Okay.
And it looks like you will have to leave your office sometime back to go and look at the entire music and everything. Then you'll give more time to one of the two. So you must have a priority right now, because if you don't have a priority, you're headed for doom.
Yes, one thing also I want to let you know, Bridget, one, everything, if you know how to manipulate time, you can be successful. I know my music, I've been doing music, I've been doing my agricultural work, I've been doing my creative entrepreneurship work, I've been training lots of people in other activities. The way you balance your time makes you be a successful man or woman in this world. Why do I say this? My politics requires me to be in my office from 8, okay, to 5 p.m. And after that, I can maybe go to the community and ask them what is going on. Then I have to work maybe from Monday to Friday. I have Saturday and Sunday. Sunday is for my worship, and then Saturday is just a blind day for me.
So you're an Adventist?
No, I'm a Christian. I'm a born again. I'm not a born again actually. I'm an Anglican person. So I'm a Protestant. That's what I can say. So every Sunday I give it to worship God. Saturday is a blind day. A blank day for me. And I say my studio time can take me 2 or 3 hours. Right now, as I talk, I'm recording songs.
How will you handle these emergencies? I just want to understand that, because you know, being a politician, when you go through this, there is a way that you have to do your things, and there are always emergencies that have to come up. Now let's imagine a situation where maybe you have a night shift somewhere and then you have an emergency. How are you really going to balance that?
What kind of emergency? That's what also I want to know, because emergency comes in everybody's situation. Emergency can come on my health, it can come on my maybe a media or something. You know, we say unavoidable circumstances, and that one happens in every human's life. I'm not going to say I'm perfect, that nothing will not happen to me, but I will say that at least I know I have to balance my timing with everything that I do. You understand? That's meaning that if I know that I'm going to have my show next month on this specific day, I have to make sure that I schedule for that time. You know, any extra time that you have, don't waste it. Make sure you do something. You understand? And that is what I'm trying to also encourage other young people who are in the creative industry, that don't sit down because of that. Because one thing, invest in your life and use your time well. That's what I can say.
Alright, very interesting, but still viewers, you catching us live, and this is still Ablant TV. You taking it still together with Kent Rogers Chosen, with my sister Bridget in here, and then we have MC Benny. Just keep it locked right in there, because still a lot of things are coming right away to you. But Benny, away from that, let's try to understand, is there any other project like currently you're running?
Currently, yes, I'm still doing my music. I do a lot of motivational speaking online, and one thing, that's what we say, like, you know, musically in Uganda you cannot invest a lot of your time in music, but I'm trying so much to excel my art. You know, I have my YouTube, I have my Facebook, I have my SoundCloud, and all those things I'm trying to push them to give me more money, you understand? So if you see, like, for us, that's what we are trying to say. I don't do a lot of shows, but I like to use a lot of online platforms to raise money for my art. And yeah.
That brings a question to my mind. Why would a musician in Uganda say, you're doing other projects? So it means there are so many challenges in the music industry, because if you have one job that you're contented with and is earning you at least everything that you need to survive, you wouldn't opt for other projects. So tell us some of the challenges that you're facing in the music industry that has made you get other projects.
Well, one thing right now I would say, take a look at what happened, the COVID-19. I won't say that it's only me who has been affected, the whole of the art industry. You know, the money that a musician makes, it's out of the crowd. And COVID-19 is the first rule in order for you to be safe, is to avoid crowded places. You understand? And the industry was the first to be closed, and I think it is going to be the last to be open. Now, as an artist, you're not going to rely only on singing on stage to make money. You understand? That's why we have what we call hip-hop agribusiness. It's a platform for making money through agricultural activities. Uganda itself, 80% of our revenue comes from agricultural products. You understand? So we have to learn to invest in venture in other business sectors. You know? So that's what I'm trying to say. We have challenges. We have it can be international, it can be locally, it can be even internally within yourself. That's when you're sick, or like you can't, sometimes you make sure and it flops. Does it mean you should stop singing? No, you keep going. And that's what I can tell my crew.
First, try to highlight us briefly about Kitty Got Crazy. It was something which you introduced it, and I believe it has been catching a lot of youth, and it has been helping their lives by inspiring them to do like well in the industry, and then try to bring up some other good performance like the breakdancing, the beatboxing, and all this quite so much, a lot of things. Where are you seeing all these are going? Is it, can we say that this year we no longer have it, and then trying to look at the 2021?
No, Kitty Got Crazy is still going to happen. We say that learn to adapt to the situation. Right now, we are inventing into online platforms to do performances and all those things, and we are creating another way of doing it, because you know COVID-19 is the key issues in everywhere that we are trying to do things. Kitty Got Crazy, we are trying to see a way of bring it an online platform where young people are going to do, but you know everything needs a step. You need to plan well. You know, you don't just come today and you think like you're going to make it. So we are planning every time, like how can we make it better? Because before we said Kitty Got Crazy brings a lot of young people, unite them, you know, people come and explore the new talents. But right now, how are we going to utilize it? Kitty Got Crazy was meant for Kidgum people, you understand? And now the Kidgum people are not yet into the world of technology. You understand? So if you are going to do it in the technology way, how are we going to bring it to the community to witness the talents within?
That's actually, I think, now would be a task to you, since yeah, you're joining politics and everything. So maybe you'll find a way of engaging the people of Kitgum. As you say, they are not yet in the world of technology. As a politician, I'm sure there is a way you'll mingle around with that, and yeah, you get them into the politics so that you engage them in this. You know, such things really, you know, enlightens the society, because it keeps them busy.
And that's what I want to say. Like right now, let's talk about Upland TV. You guys are here. Why? Purposely because you've seen there's a challenge. There's nowhere people can see the development in their community. But you thought wisely to use the technology. Then how are we going to incorporate this to see that our society also develop? And if we are coming into the politics, that's mean we have seen, we envision, but we want our vision also to what? To come real. You know, they say if you dream and you don't work upon it, you'll regret when somebody's leaving your dream. You understand? So the only thing is that we have to not lose hope.
I would love to know, I personally would love to know about, I know the viewers out there would also love to know about your relationship life right now, because to us, in our minds, we have this mentality that a musician always is not married, because you know the kind of lifestyle that of course they would be living, the shirts and everything. So tell us, are you married or something, engaged, single, searching? Because someone might be, you know, eyeing you out there.
I think, you know, with relationship is all about, yeah, I have someone I trust, someone I adore, someone I share my passions with. So yeah, that's what I can say, because and you know, automatically to be a gentleman you must have, they say every successful man always have there must be a strong woman behind. So the reason why I'm like this, because there's someone who keeps pushing me, keep going. Make
me understand something. How have you been balancing your music life with your relationship life? Because as a woman, I really know I wouldn't love my husband to stay out till late. So tell us how you've been balancing it.
Yeah, one thing, you know, it's communication is the key to every success. You know, if I have a show, you know, the advert has been going on. I've been telling you, I'm not sneaking behind you. I tell you today, I mean next week I have a show. So yeah, I'm going to stay out. I'm going to catch up with my friends, you know, or maybe today, maybe we have some function going around, so I'm invited, and if you don't mind, we can go. If not, then, you know.
That was what I was waiting for. I was just about to ask if you would tag her along,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Well, you're talking about the relationship line. Let's try to understand, because you always go on stage, you go for shows, and all the fans just, you know, Benny and you
All the girls, Benny,
everywhere.
Benny.
So, a simple question would come. A simple question would come. Would you date a fan?
Then that means I'm betraying my love.
Yeah. You don't date it.
My fan is not my, it's not my what should I say? It's not my partner to share. You know, like, you love me because of my art, so it's my art that is married to your heart. You understand? So I have to present you the best, so that next time you still come back. But that don't mean that I am, you know, I created that art, but I'm not that art. So it's like you are a father and your son have it. You know, your son is falling it for, I mean, someone is falling it for your son. Give that space to your son. So buy my music, buy my, you know, come to my show.
Well, let's go for a short break, then we shall get back to this.
Fulo malara, alarm and alone. It's all night, automatically kill away. Ana yes speak kay parliament wa doro tampilo ko wane kadaga hip hop and malanyo anuang tol pag bueno dog for your dog adian chalo danyo mina yo we ko tine vuro gira koyo mawachi ela ngala round ball kitoyo chungkong.
Welcome back from the break. With me in the studio, I still have Rogers and MC Ben.
Anyway, thank you. We are still together with Benny right in the studio, by the way. But wherever you are, we are still together with you. And here we are at Boma Hotel Limited, that's in Kitgum, a municipality. And anyway, let's get back to MC Benny, and we try to understand from him. He's a musician, right? But what inspired you, Benny? Have you been looking onto someone before you joined music industry? Or you've been trying to follow, be like, wow, I wish I could be with this guy. I wish I could rap like him. I wish I could, at least, because I always see you have all this dance move, by the way. But all what I know about you, you like this hip-hop old school music. So let's first try to understand from you. What inspired you to join music industry?
And hip-hop in specific.
Yeah, one thing, what inspired me into music is what happened in Northern Uganda. When I was in Ginger way back in 2001 in my high school, I had a lot of challenges because every time they could read in the news at an assembly, hey, 10 killed in Kitgum, 15 killed. So I'm like, a lot of people were calling me Konyi and all those things. So I didn't have that close friend, you know, I didn't have close friends to me. But the moment I started singing, I started inventing into hip-hop music, how Americans got independent, how the blacks fought for their rights. It was through the hip-hop movement, from the ghettos to, you know, fighting for their rights to in the States. And when I joined, I started now feeling the hip-hop. The first musician I listened to was Exhibit. And what was crazy was I used to listen to him and I could do my own writing. And I remember in 2002 I won from MTN 10,000 airtime as the best rapper, and they took me from...
Which song was that in particular from X-Beat?
X was my X. It was, you know, X. Like, you know, you have the beats and like, you know, it was our favorite. And I used to buy hip hop mentors on tapes. So the first, you know, when I won the 10,000 from the promotion of MTN, I rushed to the downtown to buy a Walkman of 5,000. Let me break down the budget. I sold the airtime to some guy at 8,000. So I went to downtown, I bought Walkman at 5,000, battery of 200, one mentor beats, and I remained with some, you know, money like around 1, 2 or something like that. And I didn't have money by that time, so I rushed back to the hostel. what I could do now, I could ride with the headphone on, I mean with my Walkman, and whoever want to listen, by that time girls could write letters and dedicate songs. So you pay me 100 shillings to listen to just a song. You know that. So that's how my entrepreneurship came into. So I started developing it, and I could say my inspiration came through the suffering that my community was going through. And since then, a lot of people started coming to me from school. I became the entertainment prefect, interact president.
So it was your breakthrough.
It was my breakthrough. Everyone wanted to be my friend because I was the only.
Yet before you were the coney of the school.
I was the coney of the school. Everyone was hating me, like you know, intimidating me and all those things. So I'm like, no, this is me. And now people are now supporting me. You know, like at school, everyone wanted to be with me. I could go mime. You know, beautiful girls come around and like, I want to do a song
Most
with you.
Sagarific guy around compound.
There's one whom they used to call Jello, and I was the Jarul. So, what's up? Yeah, that was high school.
Taking way back in time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Benny, that was quite so much interesting. Your musical journey, how you joined the music industry. Now, I don't know what's happening in, let me say generally in Uganda. Because if we begin from outside, that's our neighboring country, that's Kenya. Kenya, we understand that Ajagwa, that is an MP by the way, coming to Uganda. We have a lot of them who have nominated, because last week we had a thing, this guy, the famous Amelia. That's Dr. Ilderman. He's also going up to Wamukota, okay? Then we have a lot of them.
Yeah,
so here in our district we have the
Chakulani Open,
okay? He has also joined politics. Let's try to understand from you. You've been nominated, and what's really transpired?
One thing, as we said it, when you see your community is not progressing, you should feel the zeal to step up. If our leaders were giving back to the community the way the community should be having, then what do you think inspired me to be a leader? I would just support them. You understand? But the problem now, I would have chosen to be the president of Uganda. I would have gone to MPship. Why did I start with LC3, chairperson? Purposely because I wanted my community to have the rights. People should understand. In Kenya, the politics has developed because people refuse the constitution. You know, the first thing is the constitution. Do we really understand our constitution? If you go to Pandung division, do they understand what the law says about them? What are their rights? You know. So as Benny, I've come out just to give back to the community and empower them. You know, the worst thing to do is avoid people from knowledge. You will rule them forever. But when you give them that knowledge, they will progress. But you know, without anyone.
But Benny, you could also inspire them through your music.
I've done with my music, but right now it's not to
the way
that
you
point.
want.
Secondly, how are our culture being perceived out there? You know, what are the plans? If you see right now in Kipu, the age bracket of 14 to 24, they know nothing about the culture. You understand? And it is us, the artists, to come and say, we need to preserve our culture. You understand? But if you go to a leader, this guy is, I don't know, but I don't need to talk about them. But the fact on the ground, they're not doing what is right. Leadership is not about sitting in the office. Leadership is about...
I think next time you need also to teach about our culture.
And who says I don't know about culture?
Can I ask you something?
Ask.
If I'm to tell you, you just do La Mola for me, can you?
What is La Mola? Break it down.
You see?
No, so, maybe I might be knowing,
yes,
but
you might be
with
knowing.
A different name.
So she's just very lost about this La Mola thing into our own very local language. By the way.
So that is why Benny is supposed to be in the leadership.
Yeah, Benny needs to be leader, because I've seen a lot of things you've been doing at Transpiring Youth by a construction, that's engineering. That's the youth center, okay, which is also doing very good to most of the people, because they are doing a lot of things right in there by so much, very impressive. So what we really want to understand from you, I think that was in April. April or May this year.
May.
That's when you people, the Northern Uganda hip hop culture, that's a lead by you, okay? In general, you came up via the RDC office, and a lot of distribution have been taking place. And this is one thing which we have seen, like most of the people have not been able to do it. we have a lot of leaders in our district in here, but I don't know what really happened. Could be they just failed, or maybe the project came and then they just try to take it elsewhere. So how do you really manage it to bring all these sort of things? The DJs were the beneficiaries, and then a lot of people benefited from him. By the way, I'm also among the people who benefited
because you're in the
him.
art industry.
Yes.
But why did you only tackle the art industry?
Yeah. One thing you say in Acholi by that time my ideology, my energy, my efforts was in the art industry. And when I saw it could not be done to the community. You see, one thing, don't lie to the community, the government itself lied to the community. We had the vulnerable community. We had the border who were blocked out. They didn't use. They were not working. We had the vulnerable mothers, you know, orphans, people who are working. You know, they call them work to eat. Like you go work and then you get it the next day. But the funny thing was, all these plans you were hearing being read by the government, but they were not implementing. I said it before. Art industry was the first to be closed. You understand? Which was very still. But when we wrote a project proposal, and it was meant for only the members of the NUHC. But I said no, we are brothers. We have other brothers who are the DJs, presenters, who are doing a lot of amazing work for the community, but they are not being supported. You understand? How can we support? So the little we had to share with everyone who was affected by that time. So that's means that this time I'm not going to look at the artist, I'm looking at the community. That's why I chose Panduong. So that if you say that the Panduong community, how many people are being affected? Right now we have emergency. Houses, I mean, flooding is everywhere. People are being, you know, people are becoming squatters. You understand? You cannot sleep in your own house. But is there any program by the councils or by the government that emergency relief for them is there? It is not there. So that's why sometimes you look at what is affecting your community and then you feel like, if I have this power, I will do this for my community. And that's why I'm shifting my move from just a single organization to now the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Benny, last year you've been in Tanzania and you had some other project which have been running here. Let's try to understand, because I know very well that COVID-19 has, brought down a lot of things, and Tanzania has been one of the countries which have been affected. Let's try to understand from you.
Okay.
What's the first try to
right now?
Let's get it from you.
Tanzania.
Yeah, but not Uganda.
You know they are free, like.
But not Uganda. So I still say that they are free within. You know, there's being free, internal freedom.
But the
external you're not, so you're still limited. But yes, back to that. I was an alumni for ULEAD Summit in 2017. They train young people into leadership, and once you attend that training, you will learn that you need to do a lot for your community. You see that leadership is where change begins from. I cannot implement any change in my community if I'm not a leader. And that's why I'm coming as Benny to join politics, to change my community, to make that change happen. But back to that, let me say, you know, when I was there, my talent made me to be called last year to go back and make a song, which is the ULEAD Summit song, East African Youth Summit song.
Actually representing.
From Kitgum. I was called communication, that's what we say, that technology. From Kitgum, Pakarusha, just me. We had guys, we had Ezeke and Esther, these guys who won the East African. They would have given them the opportunity, you understand? But they ain't trusted in the talent which is here.
Home here.
Home. So why don't I still like make it more bigger? That's why I'm saying that everything that we do, let us believe in ourselves.
Okay. Yes. So how are you inspiring these upcoming artists? Because I know many want to be like you. What can you tell them?
My inspiration, like what I can tell them is like, believe in yourself. Nobody is going to believe in your dream until they see you make it. You know, until they see you make it. I fought a lot. I fought a lot of battles with my parents, with my relatives, with my family around, with the neighbors and everything. That, you know, all the names were mentioned on me. Moyae, Lakuo, whatever. everything was on me, but I believed in myself that I'm doing music purposely to make a change, to see that I have that happiness, you know.
Well, right now, how do they see you?
Right now, they see me as a creative person, as a leader.
They all now want to be next to the Lapuo, the Muyai.
Because I was with them, you know. I'm always with them. You always portray the positive side of you. You know, if you're a musician, use it positively. If you are a dancer, use it positively. If you are a motivational speaker, use it positively. You know, but the problem here, we lack that exposure. That's what I can say. We lack it. Take a look. I want to bet it here. Who has ever come out in leadership and said that I was groomed or motivated? Right now, even the leaders who have been in leadership position, they're still fighting to go back, and there's nobody that have left behind that. You know, like Roger, I feel proud today if I'm telling you, Roger, you joined politics. Because now I'm leaving this position and I want you to do this and this. This is how I've been doing, to push on with, you know, what I've left, yes. But it is not there. People want to die in this position. So it is, the change is from us.
So we should assume that you're there for only one term, or you're aiming higher? I'm
aiming higher, but not in the same position. As I said before, I would have started with, yes, I want to be, yeah, that's it.
Okay, we almost bring it down to an end, but Benny, you last word to all the fans outside there who are watching you live at this very particular time.
Do what you love to do. Always use criticism as your step ahead. Believe in yourself. The footstep that you make today will not be the same tomorrow. That's what I have for you.
Well, before you go away, at least let's try to swag around and have something. Okay, let's at least try to have something. Just a cappella and.
Okay, I do a lot of things. I start with beatboxing. Yo, how we bro just bridge it. I'm done with Upland right now. Okay, let's take it down now. Yo, from MC to LC. Next time we Mr. MP, Mod Jad, Way President, Kora Mod, Ling Mod, Where Achuka Man, Channel Jala, Tiki Rogers, BJ, Upland TV, Watika Rock King, KMC, Big Benny, Mother Benson, One Compound
Alright, thank you viewers, and thank you MC Benny. We just had him right in the building by the exclusive interview. Till next time, that's when we can catch you again. Still remain your very own, your Eastern finest, Uganda finest, Kent Rogers Chosen. Must say that wish you the best.
And I'm still your girl, Acholi Bridget, and don't forget to follow us on our different social media platforms. Upland TV on Facebook and Upland TV Uganda on YouTube. Don't forget Upland TV Uganda on YouTube. Thank you. Till next time.
Don't cry, never mind, man, keep on trying.